My name is Paul Rusk, and I am the operator of the wastewater treatment plant for the town of Waynetown. The wastewater system in Waynetown was put in the early 70s, and it consisted of a two-tank activated sludge system with a central lift station and then a VC pipe collection system. As the collection system started to let water in, the activated sludge plant had to be replaced approximately 10 years ago with an SBR system that could handle the huge differences in flow. So it was determined that we needed to do some type of rehabilitation to our collection system, which also would include some manhole work. And then added to that was the possibility of a UV system put in out at the plant and also a sludge bagging system. The one thing that made me want to pick Commonwealth was their lead engineer was very, very familiar with the workings of an SBR plant and seemed very knowledgeable about how that system out there worked. I felt like the Commonwealth inspector definitely had the town in mind when she was working with the engineers to stay on top of any issues that might come up and to make sure that the town's interests were being served. And it was a great help to me, having to do other jobs around town, to know that the inspector was watching what was going on and was making sure that it was being done properly. As the job progressed, there were issues came up that she looked into. In one case, a line that we thought we were going to have to actually remove and replace along a state highway right-of-way. After some research and some additional videoing of it, it was determined that we could line that with this technology. The savings in that alone allowed us to double the number of manholes we were able to get rehabilitated in town, which further would add to the reduction of inflow and infiltration. After the deep cleaning was done, the company that did the lining would put an apparatus up above a manhole, and normally they could push the sock 200 to 400 feet or maybe through 2 manholes. When the sock exited the far manhole of that particular run, they also would run it through a piece of PVC pipe. Then they would cure it with steam. The PVC pipe was then cut so that they could take this back to their quality control lab and determine if there were any problems with that particular cure. The time that it usually took to do a line of sewer was an hour to an hour and a half. So there was a very short period of time when the laterals were sealed off, but never more than just a few hours for each particular run of the sock. I would have been happy with a 10% reduction number. I was told by the Commonwealth people that I would get more reduction than that. We did approximately 1/3 of our town's collection system, and I had a 30% reduction of wastewater coming into my plant. Before the job started, my plant, which was based on a 100,000 gallon a day, was running at 139% of capacity. And in November, when the job was finished, my plant was running at 82% capacity. That's a huge savings, and in fact, I had to rethink some of the settings at the plant because of the quality of the influent coming in. So the savings far, far exceeded on the collection system what I had hoped for. As far as the UV and the geo-bagging, the UV replaced several $100s of liquid chlorine costs a week. I now do not have to chlorinate, and nor do I have to dechlorinate. And the bagging system, I believe, will cut the cost of my sludge disposal in half, saving us several $1,000s a year. So overall, the collection system project, the UV and the sludge bagging will save the Waynetown, Indiana wastewater treatment fund thousands of dollars. I felt like when we brought Commonwealth on board, they thought outside of the box and they brought this technology to us, and we were able to utilize it, and much, much less disruptive, much less cost involved in actually digging the sewer lines up and replacing them. The technology they brought forth to us is definitely something to consider. The manholes now are lined, and there will be less infiltration coming in from those also.